Martin, happy Christmas. I know you've still got a little bit of work to do before we go into maybe a day or two off, but how have you found this first few months so far?
Yeah, at the first part probably a little bit apprehensive in terms of how we were going to move, where we're going to go, and then making sure we've put in good foundations and good processes to enable us to perform, enable the staff to work efficiently and players together. But I've really enjoyed it. I think it took a little bit of time to settle in with all the things around personally and then professionally to put in place. But I think we hit the ground running in the first few games. We built some confidence and momentum, being able to connect with the fans and the club through forum, through performance. So it's been a really good start, and hopefully more of that to come in the new year.
I want to try and bounce you through, like chronologically, a few different bits. So one of the first things, you coming in and having a bit of time with the squad, getting away with the group. What were your first impressions, and how did that sort of develop over that first few weeks?
Yeah, I think you want to see people in your own environment, with your own methods, your own methodology, with your style of play and with your kind of culture. And yeah, I think the players, when I first come in, we needed to lift them in confidence from previously, and they definitely done that. I seen a team that wants to work hard, players with good attitude, good behaviour, staff likewise in terms of work ethic. So I knew there was really good foundations there to build from. It was more how we put the right pieces on the puzzle together to enable that to really take off. And I think we found the right balance in lots of moments. We still have so much work to do. If we want to be a top team, we want to be effective and efficient for the long term. So that's been a really nice thing for me to see, that actually there's a lot of talent in staff and players here, and more just needed kind of to give them processes to enable them to work and a framework to be able to perform. And by doing that, I think we've reaped the rewards of some of our performances. I've been very pleased overall with what we've done. I always want more, naturally, as a coach you do. So yeah, we're in an okay space now, but I always want more.
Scan back to the beginning, first few games. Was there a moment in any of those games where you thought, okay, we're getting it, we're close? Yeah,
I think after the first game, probably against West Ham of the season, you know there's probably nerves, there's a little bit of edge. The players are probably haven't been on the pitch and played a competitive game for a while, so you know there's maybe going to be moments where you're going to have to ride the storm, you're going to be on top, and it maybe takes something like it did to win the game. But I think that then enabled the players to be more relaxed. And then going into the second game against Everton, they probably had less pressure, they probably felt more calm, they were probably more confident in what they could do and probably highly motivated. So that enabled us again to put in a good performance there, and I felt them from then onwards. We took steps. We've had bumps along the way, don't get me wrong, because you will as a team, you naturally do collectively and individually. So we took some steps forward. We've continued to build on that. We've made sure that we've grown in mentality, which I think is the biggest thing. And we've used those experiences from the games maybe where we've been slightly disappointed. And now it's put us in a position here going into the break where I feel we've been more of ourselves, we've shown more of our behaviours consistently. And now it's trying to build on performances to be more competitive in the games you want to.
Tell me a little bit about the fans and how good they've been for you, particularly on the road, because it feels like, I mean, you said to me earlier on, you wanted to build that connection, you wanted to build a real sort of compatibility between the team on the pitch and the fans off it, and it feels like you're getting there.
Yeah, I think probably the moment for me where I really felt that was, that's not to say in other games we didn't, we felt a real connection, but I feel when you're standing there and that moment kind of hit you was probably London City away. Yeah, it was disappointing in terms of result, but I thought large parts of performance in our offensive game was good. I felt that connection then from start to finish, when we were up, when we were down. I felt the fans were right behind us in every moment. And that probably then really felt that, yeah, we've got something here, we've got something really special that we can build on. And yeah, as I said, I'm always very thankful for them because they take time out of their weekend to come and support us. Midweek they do the same if they have to travel long hours. And yeah, I have a lot of affection and a lot of empathy for those fans because it takes a lot to go out your way to travel and follow a team, but that doesn't go unnoticed. It's very infectious for us as a group, and I use that a lot with the players, is that we have to make sure that when we go and perform, it's for them first and foremost in the club, and then we can finish second ourselves in terms of with how we feel about it.
At the beginning of the season, Thomas Frank said to you, you have to get better at taking time off. Are you going to get better at taking time off over Christmas?
I'm going to try my best. Yeah, yeah. It's something I need to definitely work on. I'm obsessed with my job. I try to make sure I leave no stone unturned, and I would try to have a mindset where I try not to get outworked by anyone. But I need to make sure that I find the balance, because your energy can go up and down, and what I don't want to do is be flat for the players, because they'll probably work off my energy and probably my behaviours at times. So I need to make sure that, yeah, over this period now I spend some time with family and friends and switch off. By doing so, making sure that I come back in re-energised and the players do the same, and hopefully then pushing forward in a really strong 2026.
Where are you going to be on Christmas Day?
With my family, with my mum. I'm a wider family, so we'll have a Christmas dinner together, spend some time with family, friends, my niece, who I haven't probably seen for a little while now, so it'll be nice to have some days there. But then I'm always cautious in the back of my head that I'm thinking about what's next, what we're going to do when we're back in, what does the rest of the season look like for us objectively, and how we can always better performance on and off the pitch.
I feel like you were quite lucky as well with your Christmas list. You got some presents early as well?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, Signa's brilliant in terms of what she'll bring to us. Wonderful, talented player, huge potential. Really excited to be here. Yeah, and then some wider ones from that that we'll look to add to the squad. And hopefully there's some more New Year surprises for the fans.
Give me finally, what's your hopes for next year? What will be on the New Year's resolutions?
Make sure I do probably more of what we've done now, but probably better, and try and enhance and evolve the work we've done. Making sure that I can empower players, staff, club, fans, wider club, and try and make this a really strong project that everyone wants to be a part of. And then make sure for myself individually, trying to be the best head coach that I can be, the best person I can be, and trying to be infectious with that on the players and staff, that they can be the best versions of themselves.